but for your well thought through decision to handle, to manage and direct the affairs of Rivers United Football Club of Port Harcourt. And today, your work has shown.
His Excellency, you have done so much for us right from the beginning. You have supported us and encouraged us in different ways. I remember last time, Your Excellency, when we hosted us as Rivers United, there was no trophy of this type of magnitude to present. And you charged us then that we should go, the next time you host us, that we must present a trophy. And which we promised. Your Excellency, today, you can see a giant trophy in your presence.
I'm thinking of what to do.
Then the moment everyone is waiting for. Governor Wike announces the mouth-watering rewards for the players.
First of all, having won this trophy for us, you are qualified, and the chairman of the award is here. So we have agreed that each of you will be given Governor's Medal Service Award first. The Commissioner of Sports should make sure all of you will go to Madrid for 2 weeks and train. Then lastly, I know this is where your interest lies. You know, after play these matches, you have all kinds of knocks, pains, and this. Something should be able to cushion. Each of you will go home with $20,000, each of you.
Rivers United ended the season with 77 points from 38 league games to emerge champions.
Yes, I know after doing all that, when you have gone to Madrid for the training and getting your medal, you need something to cushion up. And when the cushioning up was announced, guy, even before the alert comes, the alert rings on the head, $20,000. I mean, that is a reward for a job well done. Rivers United are the champions of the NPFL, our Premier League in Nigeria. And the government and people of Rivers State, through the governor, says, this is our reward. You got a governor's medal for a job well done. You go to Madrid to train so you can prepare for the next edition, because you've been in Africa representing Nigeria to win the Champions League. The last time we did that, I can't remember, because it was anybody doing it in, it's like an eon of years if you compare what goes to other countries. So you are saying you are going to the Champions League, go and get prepared. They will beef you up, but then in order to cushion it, just this small thing, $20,000. Man, $20,000 by anywhere in the world is a lot of money. But then this is what we say, and you get rewarded when you do well. But then we shouldn't be just the governor's giving. There should be a proper reward system also. Because if the governor has not done this, the players would have gone home with nothing. Because the league itself does not have one kobo to pay to those who have won the trophy. It is as tragic as that. I am Ken Ochonogo, and we are back. I was in Port Harcourt last week. Of course, some of you tuned in earlier. I would say, Ken, where are you? You're not on the show. My guys were on the show. Sisi was here. Where was here? Yemi Bakre was there, and they did it. They did a nice job, a thorough job, a great job as a team that we are. Sisi has been part of this team for so many years. So when you don't see my face and you see Sisi here, it is Channel Sport on Sunday. The rhythm continues; it doesn't change. I will bet it. So we're there at the stadium where the trophy was presented to Rivers United, and they had that last home finale against Gombe United, to round up this season. They said, no, give us, they won the trophy with about 3 matches to go, but they said, leave it in the last game. That is where the people of Rivers will come and celebrate with us. It is the third time a team from Rivers United is winning the league. There was Eagle Cement, there was Dolphins, and now there is Rivers United, an amalgam of Sharks and Dolphins, where the governor said in 2016 that Rivers State won't be able to sponsor two teams. So if you want to sponsor a team, you come together, we inherit your assets and liabilities, and they lost 45. And this is the result. At the end of the day, you have one strong team instead of Sharks fans and Rivers and the Dolphins fans fighting themselves at loggerhead, thinking of what to do. Unite, put your energies together, synergize, and get us that result. But it is a season of celebration. $20,000, for Rivers United fans, and 400,000 rands. That's about $25,000 for Bayana, because they are the champions of Africa. They said, fight, 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 fight. Lose, 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 lose. It is not to say, Muhammad Ali says, the mark of a champion is not in going down. It's not how many times you go down, but how many times you rise after you've gone down. Bayana, they went to the final the first time they lost. Second time they lost. 3 times they lost to Nigeria. Twice they lost to Equatorial Guinea. But then they said this time around, no, we are meeting Moroccans. We are playing at home, but we are ready. And they defeated the defending champions Nigeria in the 41st game, telling us that they have arrived. But then they played straight to the final, played 6 and won 6, and befittingly they were crowned the champions of Africa. So we'll look at what transpired in Morocco and tell yourselves where does our Super Falcons rise. They played 3 matches. They played 6 matches. They lost 3 and they won 3. It is the highest number of times that we have lost in a WAFCON tournament. People are saying, is it the coaching team? Is it the aging team? Is it whatever? I don't know what it is. But then when we say, look, we won this trophy 9 times, we're going for La Decima. But that Africa is not what we are looking at. Japan should be what we're looking at. What Japan did with female football, winning the World Cup right there in Germany. The Germans, the Norwegians, the Americans, the superpowers, Brazilians were all there. But a homegrown Japanese team came with Japanese coaching crew and went there to conquer the world and played straight to the Olympics final. So this is what you learn everywhere. It doesn't really matter where you are learning. The WAFCON of 2022 has come and gone. What lessons have we learned? And then when we come to you, we shall hear that. It is the transfer season. It is happening all over in Europe. Nigeria's have not started. They said the league is starting on the 23rd of September, but the ITO Cup is starting, in the next few days. It is starting on the 26th of this month. So I don't know, and then taking them straight to the 17th of August. Either we have enough time to rest, or when he's in the house with me, he will look at it and tell us, what he feels, because we do not have a season where we want to rest after the Gresham League matches of play midweeks. But right now they're saying after the league, so you play the ITO Cup. I thought you would have mixed it, use the time to do it together, so that when the season comes to an end, the players can rest and then recoup, get their energized, heal, and then get ready for a new season. There is a reason why we have the off season. And remember, this year is also, of course, we're not going to the World Cup, so probably that is why they are not bothered. We might use that period of the World Cup to play our matches. We have no business this time that we did that in 2018, where we closed shop because the World Cup was taking place, and none of our league players, I think just the goalkeeper also, who was part of that team. But then let me come to Okpe first. Okpe, you're welcome to the show.
Thanks again for having me.
As a Sato Shwala, 5 times African Footballer of the Year. No player has done that. And then Sadio Mane finally taking it for Senegal.
Yeah, for Sadio Mane, I think is justified. He did all he could do, getting playing in all matches at club level, though missing 2 trophies and winning 2. At national team level, getting the elusive Nations Cup, and also leading the Senegalese Lions to the World Cup at the expense of the very good Egyptian side. So at club and country level, he did all he could do. In fact, he won basically everything, save for the league and the Champions League. And the league lost by a point, Champions League lost in the final. So that has been a very decent season for Sadio Mane. Then for Asisat, it's like the oasis in the desert for Nigeria. So we are, for what we have now, I think we just have to share. She merit, it was on merit based on her performance at the club level, because for country, it has not been the kind of Cinderella performance, and the injury at Ocon never did justice to what she could bring to the table. So for what she had done at her club level, yes, at least that is the only shout of hooray in Nigerian football. We'll take it that way.
Okay. That is the man. That is the man. Sadio Mane taking Senegal to win the AFCON, and then taking Senegal to the World Cup, all at the expense of Egypt. 2-0 over Egypt and his clubmate. And that is the team. That is our own. Asisat. Obe said that is, at the oasis in the desert. In the desert, when you trek and trek and trek and trek, and you saw that patch of water. I tell you this, it is life-saving, and that is life-giving, and the hope, of that there. That is what the oasis is. That you are looking forward to that right there. So she probably, the rebet of our national team, will be built around her. She was the former captain of the team. Probably they will bring her back, because at a point I remember, I think after the first match, and they said that she should come and give at the press conference, they were looking for her, and probably she got an injury. And this man is a fantastic player, humble to a fault, and giving back to his roots, doing everything. How do you write his script? Okay.
It's someone that tells you that when Liverpool plays, everybody is on vacation in Senegal, because it's like the golden boy of Senegalese football, and he has taken them as far as he could. What the previous generation of Yus Bokande, El Hadji Diop could not do, he ensured. They played 2 finals, and at least he delivered. So
he delivered. He has a gold. He has a gold and a silver right there. But also right there in the United States of America, that is food. Let us talk athletics. Let us talk athletics now. In the United States of America, the state of Oregon, something is happening right there. It is the 14th edition of the World Athletics Championship, and a lot has been going on. We've been looking forward to this, and then, when it's time for athletics, there is just one bus stop for us. We go to the best to get what is happening on time, and here we give you top notch. There are persons who follow a certain sport. There are certain persons who just put their pocket, their mouth, and their energy, their passion into it. He's been here. He will come most of the time when he's in Nigeria. We drag him right here to the studio. He's been to Jamaica to find out the Jamaican formula. Took our own gold medalist there to go and check and say, let us see what is happening. Came back here, resigned his job. He had a very good job. He left the job and said, I want to push athletics for Nigeria. And then came out with his own, the making of champions. I don't just want to make any athletes. I want to make champions. And then he's been doing that. So when it comes to athletics, I think he is Mr. Athletics. Let us go to Washington, D.C. and meet at the Bambo Akoni. Hello, Bams. How are you?
I'm very good, Ken. Thank you for the warm introduction and my backstory. I appreciate it.
Bambo, I don't know, you are all smiles. What is happening? Give us a general overview first, and myself and Okpe in the studio. Give us a general overview of what is happening at the 14th edition of World Athletics Championship.
Well, I think the World Championships in Eugene represents a birthing of a new generation for Team Nigeria. It's been a very promising championship so far for the nation. We haven't won any medal yet, but we've had several athletes in the semifinals, from the men's 100 to the women's 100, men and women's 200 meters, men's 400-meter hurdles, men's shot put final as well. And we will have a couple more finals to navigate today on the final day. Today could be Super Sunday for Nigeria, with Esebrume and Ruth Soro in the women's long jump final, and Tobi Amushon also going in the women's 100-meter hurdles semifinals and hopefully finals. They will be amongst our biggest medal hopes at these championships. And obviously, we've also seen a couple of African records already from the team. Amazingly, yesterday, the women's 4x1 broke the 30-year-old African record of the quartet from Barcelona '92 with Marion Yali. We didn't expect that to go now, but it has gone. So it's really just a show that the Nigerian team is a young team. It's growing, and there's a lot to look forward to over the next decade. So let's see how today goes, if we can win 1 or 2 medals and use that as a motivation to push off for next year's World Championships and the Olympics in 2024.
Okay, Bambo. Anyway, today I'm going to give you the ask you hard question, because I know you always look. You see, the beauty about you is that you see the bright light. You see, the good side of things, and it's not as if you are not averse of you are not aware of the challenges. I mean, you don't see them as obstacles, you see them as challenges to be overcome. But some of us here who also look at both sides of the divide, when I say, look, what is really happening? Bambo, this is the 14th edition of the World Athletics Championship. I didn't want to go this immediately, but it's like something says, Ken, go ahead, and we have you here. The picture you're painting is a bright picture, breaking a 30-year-old record. We've seen African records broken. We've seen some, to be breaking her record for the 3rd time, and then we was okay, right? This is basically. But beyond all this, the team that break the African record came 4th. I mean, they didn't get to the podium. They didn't make it there. In 14 editions of this, 39 years of the World Athletics Championship, Bambo, I want to take a glance, if it is possible, for us to look at, what is happening, what is the African table at the World Athletics Championship, Bambo. If you look at that, you are going to see Kenya, you are going to see Ethiopia, South Africa, Morocco, Algeria, all day. We have not been able to win a single gold medal. When we come in, I will bring in, we will extract the African medals table to show you there. Bambo, you've been on this journey now for close to so many years. When do you think that we can start reaping? Before we look at that, okay. Now this is, I think this is the current medals table for this edition. This is the current medals table, and you are seeing United States of America already there with 10 gold medals. There is Ethiopia with 4 gold medals, Kenya with 2 gold medals, Jamaica have 2, and then you have the Republic of China, Australia, Peru, Poland, Canada, and all down there. Nigeria is not on this table, but we are in the overall table. In the overall table, from where we did this extract, we extracted this other one. That is Africa at the World Athletics Championship. If that one is ready, Bambo, we'll show you that. But then, before we go to that, like I was asking you, you started a process. Okay, you started a process during the making of champions. There are some other clubs also who are also, are following your footstep. What has been the issue? Why is it that for 39 years, we have not been able to win 1 gold medal? Nigeria with a population of 200 million. I'm not talking about it. When you look at the Bahamas, when you look at even the Trinidad and Tobago, when you look at, in fact, most of those Oceania countries and the rest of them all, you ask yourself, what is the issue, Bambo? Have you been able to sleep and think and say, look, my dream, what are we expected to do to get this particular result?
Well, I think the question we have to ask ourselves is whether we take athletics as seriously in Nigeria as some of these other countries do. When you look at the amount of development that goes into countries like Jamaica, USA, the Bahamas, look at what they do at the grassroots level in athletics to discover their top athletes. At Making of Champions, we have been cataloging the relative, I would say, systems in the Caribbean, in America, in Nigeria since 2013, right? And we've even been to Bahamas as well and seen the likes of Shawnee Miller, even when she was a junior, right? So I think Nigeria just needs to put a lot more focus. and make a lot of right decisions at this top level when we get there. So there's still things that we could have improved on. In this championship, the men's 4x1 should be a medal contending team. Had the right decisions been made, administratively, had they gotten all the top athletes to the championship, 1 or 2 athletes had to miss out in the men's and women's relay. But I think from the very beginning, you look at what the likes of Making of Champions, what we have done in the sport over the last 5, 6, 7 years. We have the Nigeria's fastest man was discovered and trained by Making of Champions, just moved over to University of Tennessee this year, Tavo Ashe, and he's run 9.99 seconds, to win the Nigerian title. So, and we have other athletes who have come through into the team. But what you'll notice is that even with what we've done in Nigeria, we've had to also accept that, while we're trying to build at home, we still need the U.S. collegiate system to do a lot of the heavy lifting for Nigeria. Look at the women's 4x1. 3 of them are already in the U.S. collegiate system, running very, very well. So it harks back to the days of Marion Yali and that team that won the gold and bronze in Barcelona. They were all in the U.S. collegiate system. We need to do more at home, and we'd call on sponsors to join us in that work. We have a couple who have done well already. Help us produce these athletes. The likes of Shell, Niger Delta, Arco Group, Andy Western. But we need the whole country to really get behind this effort. So that we can start seeing in Nigeria what we see in Jamaica and elsewhere.
Bambo, I wanted to ask you a question, and even myself said, why should you ask Bambo that question? I wanted to ask you, that was what was in my head, but then let me still do it. I will always ask how difficult it is to replicate the U.S. collegiate system here in Nigeria. But I now found out that even for the first 1 year, in February, our schools are off. So if there is, how can you have a college system when the college is not in session? So that is why let us just assume that the school system resume and they don't take lectures for 3 months and go on strike for 6 months. What do you how do you think is it impossible to replicate what goes on in America? That system that even our own athletes have benefited from. Our elite athletes have always gone there, and when you see the transformation when they get there. Probably apart from University of Lagos, University of Port Harcourt, and 1 or 2 others. Our universities believe that sport is a waste of, it's a waste of time. I'm sorry if people look at it differently, but replicating that system, you understand that system. Bambo, you schooled in the UK. You've been in America. It's not a question of what did be there. You went to Jamaica. What did you see in the Caribbean? What did you actually see? I want to learn. What did you see when you went there? I know you came here. We brought the tape here and then we played it here. But people want to know what you saw. What is Jamaica doing that we are not doing?
Well, Jamaica, by the age of 12 who are going to be the top talents, right? They identify them through their inter-secondary school championships called champs. We were there. And they follow them from the age of 12. In that school championship, they have 4 categories. From the age of 12 to the age of 19, you compete in every class 4, class 3, class 2, class 1, right? In Nigeria, what are we doing? So Making of Champions, we came in, we started recruiting athletes after secondary school, which is at the age of 16, 17. So we're already 5 years behind Jamaica, right? When we start. And then obviously we need the sponsors to come in and help us to scale it. At one time we were training up to 30 athletes in Nigeria, 20 athletes under full sponsorship from us and with the support of our sponsors. But how do you scale that now to 100 athletes and beyond? If you look at the top countries in the world, United States, United Kingdom, they have at least 100 athletes or more under full sponsorship, full support, training, day in, day out for 4 years to get to the Olympics. So how can we do that in Nigeria? It's a challenge. Look, it's not impossible. but you've stated some of the challenges with the school system in Nigeria. It's challenging. We started a lot of our kids at, we've taken a lot of our athletes through University of Lagos, University of Port Harcourt, University of Ibadan. Many of them have won medals for Nigeria, gone to, the top competitions, the World Championships, the Commonwealth Games, but many of them are now still in a position where they have to still look to the U.S. collegiate system to complete their education and to be able to combine it with track. So it's tough in Nigeria. We will get there eventually one day, but we won't get there without top sponsors coming in. Mobile left in 2010, right? Who has come in since then? Making of Champions, we've been holding the fort, but it can't be done without key sponsors saying, look, I'm going to own athletics in Nigeria. I'm going to drive this thing forward. There's a new young team, and they need our help to be the best in the world, to be up there with the Americans and Jamaicans.
Okay, Bambo, we want to go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll take you briefly, look at the bright side. You said Probatory is going to be Super Sunday for us. So let us go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll round up with Bambo, based in the house, and we shall open the lines so that we hear from you. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. It is still Channel Sport on Sunday. We shall open the lines soon so that you join us and let's hear your contribution. Like we said, at the Super Falcons, they went to Morocco and they were conquered this time around. La Decima, has to be put on hold for some time. The South Africans are the champions of Africa. So it is their time, like we said, and they will get their rewards. They will get their sponsorship. They have an organized system in South Africa. They didn't win it is not by fluke. The last edition, we only beat them through penalties. And then they came here, they defeated us at the Aisha Buhari tournament, and we thought it was a joke. And when we met them there in the opening game, they defeated us right there in Morocco. I mean, two quick goals, just like what they scored yesterday. And then so them going to the final is all worth it in any way. And then we have our own sorrows. We have our own politics to play, because we talk more of politics than technical issues when it comes there. Other countries have, they've gone past those mundane issues that we discuss, but that is what takes most of our time. Instead of thinking of how to progress, we are still talking about who gets what, who stays where, who says what, and that is why we are there, all motion, and then we're still searching for the movement. Let's go back to Washington, D.C., because we still have a Bambo waiting for us to continue the discussion. We'll just round that up, and then we come to you. Hello, Bambo. Are you still there? All right. Okay. Bambo, you said today is looking at Super Sunday. Let us have some smiles. Sometimes when we discuss these issues, you said this, some people are too relaxing, and they want to hear cheering news. So, are we getting something from S.A. Brume? Will there be that leap? And then I remember Choma Juma leaping, and it was also in US. So you remember, in Atlanta '96. Is that what we are going? Are we going to see that? That leap? Are we going to see? Toby Amuso, after breaking African record and say, wow, she breaks the world record, gets to the podium, just one race, or Ruth also going to jump there and give us a magical number. So where does our hope lie today?
Well, today could definitely be Super Sunday for Nigeria. You just talked about never having had a world champion in this championship since inception. Today could be the day, and who knows, we could end the day with 2 world champions. So first of all, looking at S.A. Brume, obviously she's won bronze in the Olympics last year. She won bronze as well in the women's long jump in the Doha in the last edition of the World Championships. And she's in the final again. She needed the last jump to make the final. Let's see what she can do. It's going to be a very tough field. Obviously, the Milaka Mehambo, is the Olympic champion, and she's going to be very tough to beat. SA will definitely need a 7-meter jump, I think, to win the title. But let's hope she can at least continue coming back with the medal, keeping smiles on Nigerians' faces. Ruth Osoro is the first time.
She did 1682. What did she do?
Was 682.
682.
In the preliminaries, yes,
okay.
With her final jump.
All right.
You know, to qualify for this final. So let's hope she can go a bit further than that. I think a 7-meter jump would be needed, maybe even to medal. But definitely to win the title, you'll need a 7-meter jump, it would seem. Rutusoro is the first-time finalist. You know, the Texas Tech student. She was also a finalist at the World Indoors earlier this year. She was so happy to be there. Same thing now. She was so happy to be in the final. She also made it on her last jump, 669. So, you know, let's look out for her as well. But, you know, let's talk about Tobi Amusan, the form she is in right now. We have never seen her in this kind of form. 12.40 in the heats. She didn't even know she was running that fast, lowering her own African record again. She looked, I mean, this has to be the moment for Tobi to win a medal and maybe gold.
Okay, let's take this call. I think we have a call on the line. Hello, Wolafe, how are you?
Welcome back.
Yeah.
So appreciate you. About the FACOM, what I see in the FACOM is that he needs another coach. This school coach, hello?
Go on.
Yeah, this school coach, that he has never played a kind of this match before. And secondly, about the Nigerian League, I want you to do interview for us in the sense that they say they will start on September.
Yeah, they said that they're starting September 23rd. But that is tentative. It has. I mean, they have to meet to approve it. The club. I mean, but if you are playing ITO Cup starting from this week on the 26th, right down to the 18th of August, that tells you leave just about a month, a window of a month for the players to go and rest. So I don't know how possible it will be for them to start out on the 23rd of September.
But that is the date that they start on September.
Yeah.
Do you believe that one? That's number one. Number two. I really appreciate what the governor done for these guys, because that money is 13 million naira if you calculate it, and it's very, very good. I'm so happy.
Okay, it's like we've lost that call. Let's go back to let's go and round up with Adebambo Akoni. Hello, Bambo. So we just have to do this, and then but then you were giving us those cheering news and saying yes, we might even if we've not won a gold medal in this championship in the last 13 editions and the last 39 years that this thing has been on, probably this is the day that the athletics gods have made for Nigeria. So which likely, if you are asked to say, okay, fine, is it coming from Tobi or is it coming from Ese? Or will roots just come from nowhere and the dark horse and then get it done? Where do you think the spotlight is going to come from today?
Well, my heart tells me that we should win. We can win at least 2 medals today.
Okay.
I think my head tells me that, we can win maybe 1 gold and 1 other color. Okay. And look, I just have to say, Tobi Amusan, she is a woman on a mission right now. She was 4th at the Olympics last year, very painful, because right after the Olympics, she set the African record for the first time, 12.42. She was 4th also at the last World Championships in Doha, right? So coming in yesterday, the way she ran, 12.40 African record, you can tell she's on a mission. She is leaving Eugene with a medal. We don't know what color yet, but the way she ran yesterday, she was the fastest in the heats. She announced herself as the gold medal contender. Obviously, Camacho Queen will be there. She'll be strong. She is the she's the area record holder in the Americas. And then also Kenny Harrison, the world record holder, will be strong as well, going in the same semifinal as Tobi Amusan today, a stacked semifinal. But Tobi is looking confident, and she's a woman on a mission. She even skipped out on the women's 4x1, where she's been a reliable third leg runner for many years. She could have helped them maybe even get to bronze. But she said, no, I'm focused on that medal in the 100-meter hurdles, and we're going to see that medal tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Bambo. It's always a pleasure having you on this show. And when next we call, I don't know, what's the time in Washington now? What's the time?
It's just gone past 8. But I'm lucky that I wasn't still in Eugene. I was in Eugene earlier this week, and it's even 5 a.m. there. So I'm glad.
I know we do wake you up 2 a.m. and then just to do this show. Thank you so much, Bambo. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, that's Bamba Kone, the CEO of Making of Champions, the man with a passion for athletics in Nigeria. There are people who struggle to be in the boardroom, others struggle to say, yes, let us make a mark for our nation. And those are the teams, those are the people we bring in here on Channel Sports on Sunday. When we talk sports here, we talk sport with a mission, and we believe that when we finish talking, probably the nation will have said, this is where we want to go. This is the roadmap we want to tread, and that is what we are talking of here. Do you see us getting something out of Oregon?
Ken, everything you have said is more of organization over talent. And again, you also even need the organization to even pick out those talents. And just imagine, close your eye for a moment and imagine without Bamba Kone's Making of Champions, where would the athletic teams have been today?
Yes.
You know how many of his products
even in the race about
Udo
Gabriel was here. He brought her here, and we discussed with her.
So, Ken, is more, it's not that other people are extraordinary, more talented than we are. Since 1983, 19th edition, we've got just 4 silver, 5 bronze
medals.
What the Ethiopians, they won in this championship, they won 10 medals.
Already.
4 gold, 2 silver, and 4 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze.
Yes.
So the Ethiopian in this edition, they've surpassed everything.
The Kenyan 2 gold, he has surpassed. He's already ahead of us now.
So
2 gold medals. Yes.
So far, though he has his own limitation, he talked about sponsorship, is the modern version of the late Isaac Akioye, who did the same thing in the public sector.
Exactly.
So now we're having it in the private sector. Now, we're talking about the collegiate system, and I just say, something happened. A university for sport was approved. But again, I just remember the Nigerian factor. You have a federal university for technology, but you have management students dominating the campus. So what will become of the sport university? But back to your question, Ken.
Let's go to Abia first. Let's go to Paul is waiting for us there. Hello, Paul. We'll come back to that. Hello, yes. Paul. How are you?
Hello. Good day, Sam. I'm fine. Mr. Ken, how are you?
Fine, fine.
Yes, I congratulate South Africa for winning the Women Nations Cup, you know. I thought they could have given them, Morocco trophy and the Zambia, as they used to give you like that. So that they're trying to do something well now. Considering our Nigerian league, is it going to be possible for them to maybe finish everything in long-term? 2022.
Well, we don't know. That is what. Imagine, like we are saying, the timetables they brought actually for the league is tentative, and then of course the NPFL they will still meet, to approve that the 23rd of September date. But like we said, immediately there is this also. The other cup, our Governor's Cup, Challenge Cup, FA Cup, we used to call it. Now it is being called the ITO Cup. That cup starts on the 26th from the new timetable that they brought out.
Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday, yes. That is when they are starting. So if you are starting that on the 26th...
Yeah. They played their own finals, their finals, I think.
Okay. So probably that is started... Yes, probably those are the reasons why they shifted it, because it was supposed to start on the 24th. Right now, we're saying, okay, 2 days, they're giving them that 2 days grace for them to submit their, the list of those who want to play. So after that preliminary round, you now move, straight around there to by the 28th, which is 2 days later. The round of 64 is supposed to start.
They don't do things in order, right?
We hope and pray so.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Paul.
Ken, that takes us back to organization.
Yes.
You heard the governor of Rivers State, Governor Wike, saying the Rivers United players will embark on 2 weeks training tour of Madrid.
Yes.
And now if you are still in the ITO Cup,
yes,
the league starts. ITO Cup should end, all things being equal, by
18th of August. Yes.
So the league is also start
on the
23rd of September. So one, the players, when would they rest? When would they prepare for their pre-season tour? Even the gifts.
Yes.
So is as he said. It's just organization, Ken, and that will come to haunt us for a long time. The South Africans, they've even surpassed us.
Their league is starting in the first week of August.
Ken, they came to the Nations Cup in 96.
Yes.
On home soil, they won it.
Yes.
They won the CAF Champions League before Nigeria. Orlando Pirates in 95.
Exactly.
They won it before Nigeria. The female CAF Champions League, they won it. The first edition ever. They won.
Yes.
So now they've also equaled what. So that they are not more better. They don't have more talented players than we do.
But the organization.
The organization, and it will come to pay dividend, which is what we are seeing.
They have sponsors. They have the Nedbank Cup. They are, you're going on there. So you go to South Africa and you see everything organized. You see this how much they are budgeting. Before they left, the FA chairman told them and said, look, it didn't say government. I mean, there is a difference. Yep. This money is not government money. He said the FA, South African FA, will give 400,000 rand each if you win this trophy.
Which is like 24,000 US.
About 24,000, 24, 25, depending on the exchange rate you're talking about here.
In our case, in this tournament, we still had almost a protest.
Not almost. The girls protested. They didn't train before the match. Before the match, they lost to Zambia. The girls protested.
Going for international competition and having protests has now become a recurring decimal for our contingent.
And then because you are paying them $100 a day. That is whatever it is plus whatever allowances.
I think we should also say this $100 a day for our international athlete has been there since Atlanta '96.
Yes.
So since Atlanta '96, which is almost 26 years, we are still paying the same thing to our international athletes on national international engagement. So I think it's not fair enough.
It's appreciating to against the naira.
No, they don't spend naira. they spend in FX, in foreign currency. They don't spend naira.
I'm just trying to see if my producer is ready, so we can get. Because I wanted to look at the list. The medal table at the World Athletics Championships. This is the 14th edition since 1983. It started. I want to know where we've been. Compared to other African countries, it will be a crime against humanity if we say, this is the global. This is the global. This is the global.
You have the Kenyans, number 2 in the world, first in Africa.
Yes.
Then you have the Ethiopians, number 6 in the world, second in Africa.
Yes.
Then you have the South Africans who just joined.
Yes.
They are number 16 in the world and 3rd in Africa. Then you have the Moroccans, who are number 4 in Africa and 19 in the whole world. Yes. You have the Algerians, 30th in the world and 5th in Africa. The Ugandans, 36 in the world, 6 in Africa. The Mozambicans, Maputo Express, 48th in the world and 7th in Africa. Namibia, Frankie Fredericks, 59 in the world and 8 in Africa. The Zambians, 62 in the world and 9th in Africa. The Tunisians, 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze, 63rd in the world. Then Botswana, 64th in the world. Eritrea joined 64th with the Botswana. Senegalese are 70th in the world. Then Giant of Africa, 75th in the world.
Let's go to Oshodi. Let's go to Oshodi because Maxwell is waiting for us. Hello, Maxwell. How are you?
Good morning.
Good afternoon, Maxwell. Wake up.
Yeah, fine, sir. I'm very happy for the program, sir.
Thank you. Go on.
Yeah. So please, today the final match. Yeah. I mean the final match.
Between who and who?
Yes, can they play the match for us to see?
Okay, Nigeria. Okay, you didn't watch it yesterday.
I didn't watch it, sir. Can they play it for us to watch?
Let's see if we can get the highlights. Probably we'll give it to you. Whatever I bet. I mean, let's see. I don't think it will be possible on this show today. I don't think so. But then it is 2-1, and then we know who won. The important is the reward. What they are going to take into their pocket. They are allowed to be ringing dollars. 24, 25 times. All right, thank you, Maxwell. Thank you, Maxwell. Okay, I mean, a lot of you guys, and even some of them, a lot of them on this show are Cristiano Ronaldo fans. There are a lot of them are Cristiano Ronaldo fans. But then the guy now, you know, came back Omowale like he came up because I want to put up on the spot. You know, he came back to Manchester United after going to UV, and they will say the point at that point that it was rumored because they denied it later on that he was going to Manchester City before he got a call from Sir Alex Ferguson and said, look, don't. I mean, you are a legend, don't do that. And then right now, United didn't qualify for Champions League, and the guy said, I am leaving. They've been trying to do it diplomatically and telling us, you know, he has some kind of challenge at home. He's only got a challenge at home now that has not been able to report for training for pre-season. Then his agent, Jorge Mendes, offered him to Chelsea. There were two meetings between Tom Behe, the new owner of Chelsea, one of the part owner, and his agent, where they agreed to sell him to Chelsea. But Thomas Tuchel says, no, I don't want him. I don't want him in my team. He's not part of my plan. He's a great player, but he's not part of my plan. It was offered to Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich said they turned it down, so we don't want him. He's not part of what we're doing. PSG said they don't want him. And then Man City, of course, Man City, I've already said it was last season, we wanted him, but this season we don't want him. But right now, it's like he is going to Atletico Madrid. And we said the talks are in there because he wants to do. Okay, I know you love this guy. He's a Real Madrid legend. In fact, some Atletico Madrid fans have even said they don't want him. I mean, but how comfortable would it have been to play for Manchester City against United, and now want to play for Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid? I don't understand.
Ken, there is nothing new under the sun. The Spanish manager, Luis Enrique, played for
Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yes.
And he's even a Spaniard.
Yes.
You could even excuse Figo. Figo, a Portuguese, playing for
but we all know the flags. Even to today, Tottenham fans have not forgiven Sol Campbell. Yes.
So for Cristiano Ronaldo is a football merchant.
He's not a legend. No. Is he a legend? No, it is a legendary star. I'm not saying footballers don't move.
Yes.
I'm saying that one of the best players Manchester United have, the only player to win the World Football of the Year, winning all those laurels for Liverpool. Remember we talked about the issue of Steven Gerrard here when Mourinho arrived at Chelsea and wanted to poach him. They've agreed everything. He was going to go back to Liverpool to go to Chelsea, and the guy got up and started whipping right there and said he can't see himself wearing another jersey in England playing against Liverpool. He stayed a Liverpool legend. I mean, is it what it's? I mean, I don't see Atletico. I'm sorry. I don't see Atletico winning the Champions League. Compared to, I thought the new Barcelona team we are having now is on fire. We have the recruitment that thing. Real Madrid is still there, Ancelotti and whatever would have before. So I don't see. He doesn't just want to play in Champions League and ruin his reputation. You know, the relationship he had with the Madrid fans.
No, Ken, that's what I said. I said he's a football merchant.
Okay.
He sells his wares anywhere.
Okay. He's a merchant. He's not a legend.
No, Ken is a professional, and that is what he lives on. Playing for Madrid, playing for Atletico does not take anything away from what he achieved in Madrid.
No, it doesn't. But let's hear from Mike. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Mike, don't let me say morning, it's afternoon.
Sorry. That list you brought, that what I possibly got me confused.
Okay.
That list we found 75. That is why I'm confused. So, Ken, I bet this our girls, this our last championship.
Yes.
Let us looking. Instead of looking for someone that will be wandering around, I'll be wondering. We don't want that kind of a thing. Let us see that girl gift. We have a lot of them here. Okay. It's not our time to say pretty there we cannot follow. Bringing in players. So we want this thing 7 times, I mean 9 times.
9 times,
and this conspiracy against us, but we don't think to let those guys know there's a silent conspiracy. That's my own view about these Super Falcons. Nobody will be.
Mike, calm down. South Africa, when they beat you, was it Ojuru? They didn't beat you. They even beat you at the Aisha Buhari Cup in Lagos. Have you forgotten?
I know they are right, but I said the two teams that defeated us are in final. You know we are playing with 35 years, 36 age.
Okay.
You know our captain age. Look at those guys we played with. They are all very young. Let's be sincere to ourselves. Let us go and look inward. How can at that age and
sorry, Mike. We'll just have to want to go on a very short break. Probably if you can hold on, we'll take you when we come back. But when we return, it will be the home leg of Channel Sport on Sunday. Go nowhere.
Diligently and efficiently, I will not engage or be involved to practice any form of partiality in the performance of my official duties. I will always Vice President Mansour Abdullahi.
You're welcome back. You saw our arm wrestlers, you know. I wonder I will challenge any of you right there. So you come, let us do arm wrestling. You think you can? I will just put your hand down. Either it is right or left. I'll put it down. Okay, let's go to Canada first. I'll talk to Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin. How are you?
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I just want to speak about the women. At least I think we have two problems. The first, more younger players into the team.
Exactly.
And secondly, the problem of Nigeria with disbursement. When it comes to giving athletes or whosoever is confined their benefits, they find trouble. I don't know. It's like I heard some people saying the girls have not been paying some of their allowances even when they are in camp.
Very true.
Things are wrong. Yes, they are wrong signals. These are the kind of things that make athletes not to bring out their best. You can see what the governor has done in Rivers State.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, some of these boys who leave football today, they are already millionaires.
Exactly.
Yes, that is just it. So when you waste your whole time for a country and nothing tangible will come out, and you just sit down there, some people are there scrambling for position in some of these sport ministries. It's a shame, like what is happening in the basketball and whatever. These are the things that are spoiling the nation. So when these girls are not performing well, wherever they went to, I'm telling you, it's because of these two problems to me. One, we need more younger players, and ultimately, it's about their disbursement. Give them what is due to them. You can imagine $100 Kings, Atlanta, up to today, and you just sit down and hear that somebody is taking away 18 billion, trillion from the Nigerian treasury. Just imagine, how can you give your best? That's just what I want to say. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin. Anyway, before Benjamin's call came in, we saw the inauguration of the the para boards. You are one person who have been in your own personal capacity been involved with the para sports in Nigeria. But this is something good. We hope this board they are coming in not just depending on government, but then this is where government is supposed to spend their money anyway. In this area, because these are those. They need it more than because they are physically challenged in the sports that they do. They don't go out to go and look for money outside and just like like the other persons.
To be fair, they brought more glory to the country than the able-bodied athletes.
Yes,
look at the Olympic records.
Paralifting world champions, world records,
and some of them have their work cut out already because the Commonwealth Games that will be coming up. We have I think the power weightlifters and the para tennis team. They will be part of the.
If we don't go, we are not assured of medal now. This one is assurance. This is insured assurance.
So some of them that there is no resting time. They have to start training because the Commonwealth is there for them. The Olympics qualifier will start because you need to start getting your ranking point from this year, next year. So they have to start running, and I think, as you said, they would need more of the sponsorship thing to actually run their papers. And then, most of the athletes actually travel out on their own, at their own expense. No sponsors. They adopt an athlete as not really filtered to the para athletes. So I think that is one aspect we need to look at and make their job as easier as practicable.
When Benjamin called, Benjamin was talking about two things. He said, okay, fine, some of our players are aged, and also the reward system. You understand? Pay them as at when due. South Africans, the moment they are touching on ground, their money will be given to them. The FA is saying that they have written approval has been given, and then that is a due process. Due process, what we have hearing since Ngozo Kodjo-Iweala. You knew you were going to play to the final.
Yes. Yes. We had problem in 2004.
Good.
And Ken, it's not. We have this adage in my play that when you start remembering the dead, that means the people alive are not capable. It was when the late Simbi Atabiola saw how they were being treated. She personally took over responsibility. The police officer, Chioma, was here on this set and told her that the money, the reward the late Simbi gave them was what she used to build the house in our village for her mom.
Oh, let's go to Nasarawa. Musa, how are you, Musa?
Very fine, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to talk about how we manage our sports. At least there should be proper management, and even club football. How on earth with clubs don't have stadium? They don't have stadium. They don't. You find out that they spend years, months without paying their athletes. Even the signing fee they don't pay. So this discourages the athletes. Number two, our national teams. Why can't we plan for them? Why not market our sports? Market our sports. The companies or organizations will buy in. Spend money to develop our sports, but that is not what we are doing. How on earth would athletes so far spend their energy, and the government cannot pay them their promises? So this is discouraging. At least these ladies, if they had been encouraged, I believe they would have done more. And also our administrators, sports administrators, how would you bring in aged athletes? He would never help. So there's a period that the body cannot function well. So why not develop from senior school? Let's develop these athletes from senior school. They will do competitions. That's just my take. Thank you.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you, Musa. Thank you very much. You had also we are saying in the same way that these girls, went over there. You promised them money, and then the FA, like before Musa actually called, I was trying to explain something. You said it's gone back a very long time ago. You said you have asked You have written to the government for the approval. The Minister of Finance sitting will pass all through. You know, I mean, like this FA has been here for 7 years. This is their 7th year. You know the process of approval. I mean, why don't you look at, okay, if the team plays to the final, which what you are expecting, this is how much they are going to get, this is what is this, and ask for this. So at the end of the day, can't you return the fund if you don't finish using the fund? Must you wait until after before you ask, or any money can be, you don't have retirement, go and get receipt so that you don't take it back?
After the disaster in London Olympics 2012.
000.
Yes, we had this presidential
retreat.
Yes. And the President Jonathan was there. The coordinating minister for the economy, Okunjuwela, was there, and they gave it the needed executive backing and seriousness that it actually deserves. And some of these things were actually taken care of. That, look, the funding, when do they release? These people, you don't need to wait for the normal bureaucracy and this thing. Yes, we are aware of it's not an open secret. In the news last week that the suspended accountant general So, Ken, this is sports.
Let's take John. Hello, John. John, how is Joss?
Hello, good day.
Good day, John. How are you?
Fine.
Yeah.
I've been following what the program for today, and it's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this kind of mess.
Yeah.
In all that we do as a human, perception is everything. Take, for instance, now, if we fail to get our leadership right as regards sports, nobody takes us serious. When you prioritize things, it helps you set an agenda for yourself. You know how to go about this thing. There is no private sector that will entrust their money or their name to sponsorship of something that that is not looking altogether clear. It's just like me and you running a business now. You're not certain about what these things will entail when you invest your time and your resources in it, and you do that. Let us be frank with ourselves. It is very, very painful that sometimes our athletes get to train themselves with their own resources. Last time it was Mikel bailing out the Super Eagles.
Yeah.
They are refused from leaving the hotel. This time you are having a match as serious as a third place. After the demoralizing attempt by our ladies playing 9-man down, they have every cause to be encouraged. Pay them their bonus. We've lost the first place. We've lost the chance of getting the second place. Why not motivate them to get the third place? Refusing to train before a third place match, and they lost.
Yeah.
They gave a good account of themselves at that match, for as long as I'm concerned, because I watched that game, playing from the point where you're not being encouraged to come out with that kind of a performance. We have people who are talented and can do great things in sports in this country. But we must, first of all, get our leadership right. At every sphere of leadership, be it from the presidency, from the sports administrators, we must get it right. And we must learn to be transparent in all that we do to gain public interest in whatever we are doing as a people. No facility. Sometimes you just get demoralized calling yourself a Nigerian because you watch other clans as if they are doing something that we can't do. Our people should wake up and do the needful.
Thank you very much. You hit it, and you hit the nail on the head when you said prioritize. When you prioritize, whatever you want to do, it's going back to the basics in economics. They said scale of preference. You have a lot of things you want to do, but then you have to in order. You number them. This is the most important one. Followed by this, because your resources will not be enough, to do all that.
When you talk about your scale of preference, you are talking about the opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost, yeah.
Forgone.
And the opportunity forgone.
If you have refused to pay people when they should be paid, then
the opportunity cost is what?
The international disgrace where your athletes start carrying placards, start carrying boycotting training. So I think it's not too good, Ken. It's not too good.
Okay, we are going.
Yes, Ken. We have the Senate Committee on Sport and House Committee on Sport for a reason, not just when you say oversight function. This is where it comes to play. Why is it that every time our athlete goes out to represent the country on international assignment, we only have this embarrassing situation? I think it's high time we nip this in the bud once and for all.
Okay, the high time, the Senate Committee on Sport, the House Committee on Sport, they need to get that law, put it there in place and said, this is what is going to happen. We don't want this embarrassment happening to us. We want our kids, our children, our daughters, our sons going out to carry a placard before they are given what they deserve, what you have promised them, what they have earned. I mean, there should be something to be done instead of making this ad hoc thing and whatever. But like we say, the FA is lame duck. They're almost going. Even the Senate committees and the House committee, a lot of them are not coming back. So basically, maybe this should be your swan song before going. Say, this is what we are going to give to Nigeria, a law on how for us to tap, the needed reward, because reward is supposed to be motivational, to motivate and not demotivate our athletes. As we go home today, I drop the pen. I'm Ken Ochinogo. Have a blessed Sunday.